What is up, everybody? We are back. Happy 2025. I missed everybody. Hope everyone is enjoying the start of the year and ready for some new optimizations and tools. That is why I brought Mary along today to talk about her new release from reInvent last year, which is the new Savings Plan Analyzer. This is something that, well, Mary made it because she obviously knows this, but has been asked for by so many customers, and it's going to help our team. It's going to help you guys. I'm so excited to get into this demo. But Mary, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. Yeah, thanks for having me today. This is really exciting. It's been on in the works for a long time, and it was as soon as I kind of joined the team that's the feature I wanted to release, and we
Oh,
finally made it for reInvent. So yeah, really excited.
I love that. Big goal. Okay, so let's get into it. So why don't before we start any demo, give us a quick explanation of what Savings Plan Analyzer is.
Yeah, sure. So when customers purchase savings plans, they need to decide to like what is the amount of money they're going to commit because it is a commitment for a 1 year, 3 year period to get a discount, and it's really difficult to decide because there's different pricings for different instance types and different discount each instance get in different regions. And you obviously have your historical data, and you might have some future projects coming up. We do provide recommendations today, but definitely we saw that there is a huge need for customization and also for users to see what will be the impact of a purchase, right? That's what's kind of would drive their decision of what purchase to make. And we see Analyzer as the partner of, here's I want to make a purchase decision. I'll use the analyzer to see what kind of impact I'll get from different purchases and different options that I have for like how do I buy this upfront, not upfront. There's a lot of different terms. And then based on the impact, I can really quickly decide like, okay, here's what I was looking for and just go and add it to the cart in a really quick way.
Awesome. All right. And I guess a high level question, this mainly is for FinOps practitioners or people who are making that purchase at the start. It's for those high level people to utilize this tool, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's for definitely FinOps practitioners are number one user. But sometimes savings plans are bought by different kind of users. Sometimes it's by engineers. So whoever is purchasing that savings plan, that would be the tool they use going forward. Yeah,
Brilliant. And just to clarify, any costs with using this tool?
that's for free.
Yeah, our favorite word. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Did you want to get into anything else before we go into the demo?
Yeah, I mean, before we start, maybe we should look at the pricing page and how the discounts that we offer for EC2 instances when users purchase savings plans. So basically, on this page, you can see that for any type of savings plan, for any region, any instance type, there's a different discount for the models. Yeah, if you can scroll a little lower. Yeah, over here, so you can see that the instance type, for example, A1 medium, has a certain SP rate, which is 27 percent discount over the on-demand rate. And there's a lot of different variations for different instance types with a percentage savings over on demand. And it's kind of that's one of the reasons why it was complicated for users to decide what they want to purchase because if you have different instance type in different regions, how do you really know what is the discount you're getting at the end of the day?
Yeah. Oh, well, I never really I think I didn't really think about it that hard. Like, 'cause, when you say this and I look at the page, obviously, there are all these different amounts because it depends on the instance type and the region. But, yeah, no wonder everybody on my team was making so many, updates and all this manual modeling they had to do, and all of you were talking about it. Okay, you can tell I don't do savings plan that often. Awesome. Alright, shall we get into the demo?
Mhm.
Alrighty then, let's see.
Yeah.
First question, how do we get there?
How do we get there? We get there through the billing and cost management console. So I've obviously recently visited that, but if you just type it into the search, you will find it. Over here, I can just scroll down and we have the savings plan area. We have also the reservations area. And generally speaking, every time we launch a new feature, we do have this label. So users won't, miss the new releases. And we find a lot of success. Many people have actually found the analyzer. Uh, as soon as we released it, we saw some usage.
New and shiny.
Yeah. Okay, so once I click on Purchase Analyzer, I'll see this page. And it's actually really easy to use. You can see that we have all the savings plans types at the top. So that's what you are looking for. If you want to buy compute to cover your EC2, Fargate, and Lambda. If you want to focus on an EC2 savings plan, that it will be focused on a certain EC2 family and region. Or if you want to go the SageMaker route, which is a separate savings plan. When you click through them, you can see that the configuration at the bottom slightly is different to accommodate the different types of savings plans. So for compute, I can buy it for different accounts. I can focus on my payer, which will take all the usage from all the accounts into the historical data and into the result. If I click on EC2 savings plans, I have similar configurations, but in addition, I also have the region and the family.
Ah,
Because I will have to select, let's say, if I select US East, I'll have to also to select the family because this is how the EC2 savings plans is built.
right.
Right. And for SageMaker, it's actually more simple. There's no family selection. You just buy SageMaker for your one account or for the whole organization
Okay.
by selecting the payer. So if we, select go back to compute and let's do a few selections and run a plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the analysis, like as I said, you can select payer or be at a specific linked account. Once I select that, I can select here one of the accounts, and the analysis will run only on the data that within a certain account. For this demo, I'll keep it at that payer level. Then I have to select term, 1 year or 3 year. 3 year will always give a higher percentage discount.
Yeah.
But it's also nice to know if I want to know what exactly is the difference in discount between
Mm.
1 year and 3 year for my own instances, right? In my system,
Mhm.
I can run two plans, compare them, and then see really, oh, for me, it's 5% difference or 10% difference, and make the decision for how long do I want to commit. So we can keep it for 1 year. All upfront, partial upfront, no upfront, that's another configuration of the savings plan. All upfront gives the highest savings percentage. And again, we can experiment and see what's the difference for our particular environment through running multiple analysis. The next one is look back period. This is brand new for this feature. Over here, you can select the historical data that we're going to use to estimate the impact. And it's really important to select the historical data that we think is going to be most likely happen in the future, although nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Um, yeah, so I can have here our easy selection 7 days, 30 days, 60 days. And I also can do an absolute range and cherry pick a certain date range.
Okay.
Yeah, in this case, I'll select, let's see, we had some cool usage.
Yeah. It's interesting.
November 25th and December over here. Now, when you run as savings plans, the analysis over here always include the weekends because the savings plan is over a year and the weekends will happen. So it's good to know what will be the coverage over the weekend and coverage over the weekdays and kind of like balance, the purchase with the weekdays.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
tip, good tip, especially if you've got any kind of scheduling going on or people aren't using a site or anything. Yeah,
yeah.
nice.
So I'll confirm this. We also have exclude expires savings plans, but I'll get to this next. So
Just
let's
jumping ahead. Yeah. Let's
yeah,
do the basic. What's the basic one?
yeah. Okay, let's click run over here. And as you can see, I see the progress. It's really easy to use over here. And
Wait.
if you have a huge environment and it takes you some time to run it, you can always close it and come back because we implemented there's a button of load previous analysis. So never worry, you can leave, come back, click on that button. It will just load the latest results that you created.
Perfect. Yeah. With these things, yeah, if you have a huge, huge environment, it's taking a lot of information. So give it some slack.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like how configurable it is. So like you said, you can do all these kind of testing and make the decision that's based on your environment, not just all the information that you know is going to work for you and your resources across your accounts. All right.
Yeah.
98. Come on.
So over here, it will give us the recommended commitment, which will try to maximize the savings, which means that above that commitment, the savings are not gonna be, as big, and below that commitment, they're also gonna be lower. So we
Right.
kind of target that maximum savings, and then we can experiment even on this call, if I go a little lower, how my savings, are changing based on my
Okay.
cost.
So the first one is taking it to give you the most saving, but it's going to be you purchasing probably the most. So if you are wanting to maybe taper that down, you can. All right. Should we refresh?
Let's
Will that
refresh.
help?
So the result is, we need to buy $1 point, let's call it 7, to maximize the savings over the look back period that I selected.
So
And
$1.70 per hour we need to purchase.
yes, yeah. And it's a good point. Thanks for bringing this up that it's per hour, because what we do, we analyze in the look back period that we selected, hour by hour. So it means that I can see. Let's just go over the chart. What do we see here, right? So first of all, we have here the green area, the blue area, and the red area. The green area is the current savings plans I already have in my environment, and they totaling up to 3.7 per hour. Everything here is hourly. Since the purchase is hourly, we also analyze everything hourly, and I'll show it in a second. So I can see that I have already, it's a flat line because the savings plan is, for per every hour I have 3.7. Then I have the recommendation, which is 1.7, let's call it, for every hour. And then I see, every hour the leftover on demand that I have, that right now we're not recommending to cover because there's just not enough of steady on demand to, make a bigger purchase.
Right.
So you can see that if I hover, it's actually per hour. So at 1 p.m., I have 0 on demand. But if I hover over here, already at 3 p.m., my on demand goes to $5.
Mm.
So that's how granular this plan is. In this case, then we have some flat usage. It goes lower, it goes higher up again. So we're turning off and on machines. And for the steady usage we have, the recommendation is to buy $1.7.
Yeah, and this is great because it mimics a real, hopefully, if you guys should be doing things elastically, environment where things are spinning up and down based on your usage and you're covering that base stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so so here, this is my cost chart where I can see exactly how much I'm going to pay and how much on demand is going to be left over. But I can also explore coverage. So many times there is a coverage target. Customers want to be always 90% covered or an average 90% covered. And if that is the goal, we can also examine it through this chart. So here I have two lines. The two lines represent the current coverage in blue. So right now, my coverage here per hour is around, let's say, 80%. That goes down a little bit to 45%, goes up. It's, again, depends on the usage. And then I see my coverage after this purchase sometimes goes to 100%. And on average, it will be 77%. I can see it here. On average, I'm increasing my coverage by 19%. So it's kind of like, if you just want to see the summary, we have the numbers over here for an easy peak. Like if you target 90%, you can just like see what if your the new average is 90%.
Yeah.
You go back, adjust some numbers, and see if you reach to 90%.
It took me too long to click that this is just the inverse of the other graph, isn't it? Where it's like the coverage versus I was staring at it, I was like, "Why does it look so oh, it's the other way around." So, yeah, it's a well, yeah, it depends on your usage, guys, and what your goals are gonna be.
Right, right. And the last one we have here is the utilization of the purchase. As you can see, it's going to be 100%
Okay.
utilized. So this purchase of if you buy this purchase, it's going to be always utilized. So there's no point in this during this look back period where we turn everything off or it's unused. It's always going to be used. But there are different cases where sometimes the usage will drop. Again, it depends on the data that we have, the historical and as you said, the elasticity of the environment.
Mhm. Perfect.
Now, yeah. So it recommends.
Okay. I was like, so at the moment, this is my recommended saving of 168, and I'm gonna save about 380 for a month, and I've got 9% saving. So we're gonna change some things and then see what that happens to those data, right?
Yeah. So let's go here. I'll select again the dates. And we'll do a custom commitment. Should we go higher or lower? What do you say?
Ooh. Maybe, lower? I don't.
Okay, lower. Let's say we
I'm so frugal, so that's like
yeah, we're frugal. We want to start slow and we want to build up, and that's also something a lot of customers do. They take their recommendation, they buy part of the recommendation, they see how it really behaves in the environment. And after they have this confirmation of like, okay, it's 100% utilized, I gained some coverage, now I'm ready to buy more, they go and purchase more savings plans. So we'll try $1 to kind of also round this up.
yeah.
And let's see what happens. So we have 9% savings and around 380 per month.
Okay, remember that, everybody. Try to.
Okay, and we have November 24 till December 10th, which is what I
Yeah.
select.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's go.
While that's running, I want to bring this down. When savings plans first came out, I remember the day because everybody told me about it, and I was like, I know, because I was a customer, and I bought $1 of savings plan, and I had to do all of this analysis manually to be like, because when you say, oh, $1 an hour, it's fine, but then when you see it's actually like thousands of dollar, this is a lot of hours in a year, guys, and there's a lot of hours in 3 years. And so I had to manually do all this analysis, like what are we gonna what are we gonna save? How's it gonna reflect and look across our usage? In reality, we had so much, it was absorbed immediately and like the saving was great. And then we scaled it out. But yeah, having all of this data to hand is gonna be very handy.
Yeah, and actually the first purchase is always the easiest one
Yeah.
because you have so much on demand and then you don't have any savings plans, and this like the first win is so easy. You can just follow the recommendation or take the part of the recommendation. But then the next one you buy is getting harder and harder to squeeze the discount
Yeah.
towards the end.
Little bit, little. Okay, all right, so that's finished. Let's see what our comparison is.
Three. Okay. Step
Ah.
3.
It's different. What a surprise.
Yeah. First of all, you can see why the before we got this result, right? Why we had 100% coverage, or 100% utilization. Because this blue line literally was covering all this red area that now is uncovered because we lowered the commitment amount. Uh, yeah, and you can see the estimated savings is lower, and the estimated savings per month is also lower. We can take a look at the coverage. Right now, we're not reaching 100% anymore because we lowered the commitment. So yeah, if we want to be conservative, we can go this route as well. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
yeah. And the utilization, if you can guess, it will be 100% utilized because
Yeah.
now we're just buying less. So of course, it's gonna be 100% utilized. Um,
So
so that's kind of the first use case about the analyzer where you can just play around with the recommendation and then edit the recommendation, see the result, compare things, go for a certain coverage. If you want to have just 100% utilization is your KPI, you can check utilization. But then we also have another really cool use case that I want to talk about, which is excluding expiring savings plans. So one of the hardest things to do today is if you have an upcoming expiration and you're not sure what to buy, but you have the savings funds in the system, how do you really buy, for the expiration? So here we have an option of excluding some of the savings funds that's going to expire in the next 90 days from the historical data so we can plan our new purchase. So I see here that I have something that expires at the end of January. I'm going to exclude this from my historical data. And let's say okay, let's keep this $1.
yeah, let's keep it the same, yeah.
Keep on the same. I see that here I have in my system, I have $3 of savings plans and I'm excluding $1. So my green area is going to be lower. We're not changing the blue. We're keeping it $1. So we're going to expose more of the on-demand usage. So let's see what happens, right?
Oh, actually, maybe could we change it to recommended and then see how the recommended changes for the scenario?
Oh, yeah, yeah, we can do that as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So let's do the recommended. So now I'm basically getting a recommendation. So with the current on demand I have, and after I have my expiration, what should I buy? That's what we're
Yeah.
asking basically.
The
And
future. Yeah.
what should I buy?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I wanna use the smarts of the ASB analyzer to figure it out because yeah, that's a situation that everyone's coming up. How do you plan for that future and not have to deal with, "Oh, no, I'm uncovered and I'm losing the saving for a few days." Like, how do you estimate this? And also when you're planning for it doesn't have to be we're doing it at the end of the month, but you could do it, like, further in the future and things like that. It's just to give you some bearing of what's gonna change.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great point. So you don't need to wait for the expiration to plan your next purchase. You can plan ahead of time and use this tool to see what you want to buy. And you can also queue the purchase. So then you can go and make this purchase and queue it up literally to the day of the expiration. So you won't have any on demand spikes in your system.
Nice. Okay. Alright.
Oh, cool. We got a result.
Yay. Alright, and it happened.
So with the expiration, right, that we now have less in the current commitment. We have 2.7. We used to have 3.7. And now the recommendation is 2.6. And you can see that I'm covering all my steady on demand. Like, we don't have any left over here that we can cover and still have enough of savings that it's worth for it to cover by the hour. So yeah, that's kind of the cool experience you can run. Honestly, it's really fun to run this.
Yeah.
And I'm just stuff like, oh, well, what if I do this? Oh, what if I change the term to 3? Or what if I
Yeah.
not from it? So and then after the initial experience, you will know that what is your strategy overall. You can implement your strategy through this. And once you find your savings plan, you can click here. We couldn't make it more easy. Add savings plans to cart. And now I see, oh, successfully added one plan to cart. And I can go to the cart, see my savings plans, and literally submit the order on the fly. So it's like 3 clicks from purchase.
Yeah, and you can see all the information, and this is what I meant earlier when I mentioned the, like, $1 sub or $2 an hour goes into thousands, and so this is also really informative because you can go to your kind of finance people or your managers and say, "Hey, we're gonna do this upfront commitment. This is how much it is." So you don't have to work over any Excel sheets. I know how much everyone loves Excel sheets, but you don't have to do any more calculations. But question, say I purchase this and then I think, "Oh, no, I wanna change something." Can I return it?
Yeah. So you can return. There's a 7-day period where you can return a savings plan. So yeah, you can use that. But we do like I recommend like try the SPA, the analyzer, and it will definitely should increase your confidence in your purchase. But if you made a mistake, you can return it within the next 7 days.
Perfect. Okay, thank you so much, Mary. Anything else before we finish?
If you want additional features for Savings Plans Purchase Analyzer, don't reach out. Don't hesitate to reach out. We always take feedback, and we're always planning the next launch, and we're gonna embellish it and add new features. And when we talk to customers and we get their feedback and we hear their use cases, it's really helpful because we can launch more and more features that will make it easier to use. So I welcome any feedback. Yeah, send us a note.
Yeah, exactly. Email us costoptimization@amazon.com or speak to your account teams if you have one, and they can definitely raise any other feedback. All right, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, if you got through this video, to like and subscribe to the channel to make sure you stay up to date with all the announcements. We'll also be posting some awesome other releases from reInvent coming soon. Thank you so much, Mary, for your time and obviously for this amazing new feature. Let's play around with it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.